Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between lush green mountains, there lived a young man named Sam. He was known for his short temper and often found himself easily angered by the smallest of things. As a result, he had strained relationships with his family, friends, and even his fellow villagers. One day, Sam's grandmother, an elderly and wise woman, noticed how anger was consuming her grandson's life and decided to help him overcome it. She invited him to her humble home, where she sat him down and shared a story. "Sam," she began, "there was once a powerful warrior who had a fierce reputation for his fighting skills. However, he had a weakness, an uncontrollable anger that would arise during battles. His rage made him reckless and caused him to make mistakes that put his life and the lives of others in danger." Intrigued, Sam listened intently as his grandmother continued. One day, the warrior met a wise monk who lived high up in the mountains. The monk saw the turmoil in the warrior's heart and offered to help him find peace and rid himself of his anger. The warrior, desperate to change, agreed to the monk's guidance. The monk taught him a valuable lesson about the nature of anger. He said, "Anger is like a flame that burns within you. The more you feed it, the stronger it becomes. But, if you can learn to observe it without feeding it, the flame will eventually die out." Sam was puzzled but eager to know more. His grandmother continued, "The monk taught the warrior a simple but powerful meditation technique. Whenever he felt anger rising within him, he was to take a deep breath, count to 10, and ask himself, 'Is my anger justified? Does my anger serve any purpose?'" As Sam absorbed these words, his grandmother smiled and said, "The warrior practiced this technique diligently, and over time, he began to notice a change within himself. The anger still arose, but he learned to observe it without reacting impulsively. As he stopped feeding the flame, it slowly began to subside." Inspired by the story, Sam decided to follow his grandmother's advice. He practiced the meditation technique diligently, and every time anger surged within him, he took deep breaths and questioned its purpose. As the days passed, he found himself becoming more patient and understanding. His relationships improved, and he felt a newfound sense of calm within. One day, as Sam strolled through the village, a confrontation occurred between two villagers. Before, he would have jumped into the argument, adding fuel to the fire, but now he hesitated. Remembering the monk's words, he took a deep breath, counted to 10, and observed the situation without reacting. Surprisingly, the tension diffused, and the villagers found a peaceful resolution on their own. Sam realized the power of self-control and how it could positively impact not only his life but also the lives of others around him. From that day on, Sam continued to practice mindfulness and self-reflection, becoming a role model for others in the village. He learned that getting rid of anger was not about suppressing emotions, but about understanding them and choosing a constructive response. And so, the once hot-headed Sam transformed into a patient, understanding, and compassionate young man, living a harmonious life within himself and with others in the village. His grandmother's wisdom had taught him that true strength lies not in rage, but in the ability to conquer it with serenity and grace.